Hey y'all, it's your girl Miss G, and you know what time it is. It's G time. It's time to get up, get active, and get it together. My purpose is to give advice, encourage change, and empower success. The goal is for us to grow, elevate, and excel. Everyday action is required for change, and you have the power to create change. Happy Monday, you guys. Happy Motivational Monday. You know, I say it all the time. Mondays matter. Get up, get active, and get it together. Do what you got to do because Mondays matter. What you do today sets the rest of your week. If you meal prep today, get up and meal prep. If you get your groceries done or you get your laundry done or whatever it is you do, if you organize your books today, if you get your schedule for the week going today, make sure you do everything you need to do because today sets the tone for the rest of the week and you will be able to organize your week and feel more productive. That's what I say. Mondays matter. You have the power to create change. But that's not why I came to y'all today, okay? Today I came to tell y'all that life be lifing. All right. Now, I don't know if you like me, but when I first heard this saying, life be lifing, I was like, oh Lord, here they go with another saying. Life be lifing. I started hearing my kids say it. Math be mathin'. Like, oh my God, they can use it with anything. And me and my husband would kind of joke around, like, oh, here they go again. Here go another saying. Until life started lifing. And a good friend of mine said, hey, Chris, how you doing? And I was like, girl, life be life. And all I could do was laugh. All I could do was laugh at myself and be like, really? After you didn't laugh at the kids or rolled your eyes when you heard people saying it, the moment it happened, the first thing you said was, oh, girl, life be life. And I was like, you know what? I get it. I get it. I get why they say it now. And it kind of just, it was self-explanatory. Like I didn't have to go into details. I didn't have to tell her what was going on in my life. I didn't have to like give some elaborate story like, oh, well, yesterday this happened, that happened. Just life be life and said enough. It was self-explanatory, like, oh, all right. And now if I wanted to go into detail, you know, it'd lead to something and saying like, oh, this is what's going on. But without me saying anything, when I just said life be life in, it was like a I get you. I understand you. It's like we can empathize, we can relate to one another with just those little words, life be life. And we can already tell or already understand another person without even knowing their story. So now I'm like, yeah, life be life. And I don't make fun of it no more. I'm like, this makes sense. And I'm going to keep saying it because it makes sense. So I come today to ask you, what do you do when life be life? How do you handle when life starts hitting you from every which direction? How do you manage when life just starts becoming difficult and maybe life just gets you down? What do you do? What healthy coping skills do you have? Do you have any healthy coping skills when life starts lifing? Because that's going to be important. What you do when life starts lifing really sets the tone to how you come out of life lifing, how you move forward when life lives, how you move through life lifing, how you manage it. What do you do? I'll tell you some things that I do. But I'm also going to give you some tips and advice on how you can manage when life starts lifing, how you can pick yourself up, how you can keep going, how you can get yourself up, get active, and get it together, even when life is lifing. We're going to talk about some of those things, and hopefully they help you. So, recently, like I said, friend asked me, how's life going? And I was like, life be lifing. And I say this because life is life and life does some things where it's just like, oh my God, are you serious? Now what? I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I show up here, I show up there, and you still hit me every which way. What more can I take? What more can I do? What more can I say? Some days I'm like, I don't have nothing left. Some days I completely self-care, stay in the bed, binge watch some TV, have a good meal, and just chill. Other times I'm like, all right, let me get it together. Let me put a plan together. Let me look at my resources. Let me look at what I can do when life starts to really hit me in different directions. Sometimes I call my support. Like, look, this is what's happening right now. And I can't do it on my own. I need some help. I need you to help me. Other times I grind. I get on my grind and I do what I know to do best. I work. And I'm not just talking about working like my 9 to 5 job work. I work. I put my head in the books and I figure out a plan on how I'm going to get it together. Because that's what I know to do. I didn't always know to do that, but that's what I know to do. When life starts lifing and I'm not just chilling, I'm hitting back. Oh, I'm hitting back. Have you ever, I don't know about y'all, but growing up, have you ever like somebody hit you and you go run and tell your parent and you like, Mama, they hit me. What's the one thing your mama tell you to do? Don't act like your mama said. Pray about it, baby. Your mama said, go hit them back. Now, you could be like me and like, I ain't going to hit them back. Or you was a kid that went and was like, boom, my mama told me to hit you back. My mama told me to tell you, don't you be putting your hands on me. And that kid or whoever it was like, all right, they stopped bothering you because you hit them back. Now, I'm not saying that if we just hit life back, life will stop bothering us. Nah, life's going to be life. Life's going to do what it's going to do. But you know what? If we start hitting back, there's a difference in life hitting when it hits. For example, financially. What happens when life starts hitting hard financially? Either you gonna get up, get active and get it together, get a job, get 2 jobs, start saving, put some money aside. You gonna do what you have to do to take care of that business, or you gonna have to call here, call there, borrow there. What do you do when it starts lifing? Do you manage your savings account? Do you keep funds for a rainy day? What do you do? I know for me, I don't like to be financially strapped. I don't like to be broke. Let's put it like that. Now, I'm not saying I'm out here balling, but what I'm saying is I don't want to be broke. Why I don't want to be broke? Because I was broke. That's why I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be broke because I know what it's like to not have your own place to live. I know what it's like to have all 5 of my household be stuck in one room because we don't have anything left. We don't have money for rent. We don't have a car. We don't have this. We don't have that. So we have to use what is given to us. And while I appreciate all that was given to us in our times when we were trying to establish ourselves, those are not places I ever want to be again. Not like I don't want to be at that person's place. I don't want to be in that situation again. I don't want to have to move my family into one room. I don't want to have to stay in a hotel. I don't want to have to be out and about. I don't want to have to look for no shelters. I want to have my own place. I want to be in my own place. I want to sit on my couch. I want to get in my bed. I want to cook my own dinner. I want to have my own space and feel safe and secure. So because of that, I make sure to work. I make sure to get myself up and get to a job, whatever that looks like. I make sure that I am getting my certificates, getting my degrees, getting my experience, getting my education, whatever. If I got to go and work at the grocery store, then I'll go work at the grocery store. But I know that if financially things started to take a turn, me, my husband, my kids, we're going to do what we got to do because we don't want to be back in that situation again. So when life started lifing, we hit his butt back financially. All right, you want to start lifing? I'm going to get a degree. I'm going to life back at you. You want to start lifing? Sure. I'm going to go get certified in this. Now, how about that? Right? Okay, let's say it's not financially. What if life start life in your relationship? Oh, this relationship, your relation in? Is that what you say? No. It don't really work that way. What happens when the relationship just starts hitting a rocky road? When you start feeling like you are hitting a brick wall? When every time we wake up, we looking at each other like, you again? When every time we try to have a conversation, it turns into an argument. When we are just completely annoyed, frustrated, and tired of one another, what do we do? Do we just keep being tired of each other? Do we just ignore the fact that we are struggling and communication seems to be at an all-time low and we're really not progressing and moving forward? Or do we hit back? Not each other. Let me make that very clear. Not each other. I mean life. Do we say, you know what? Something's not working here. Let's seek some advice. Let's seek some counsel. Let's go to therapy. Let's utilize the communication skills that we learned in couples counseling. Let's put into play what we have learned because we are not doing what needs to be done. And life is life and in our relationship right now. And I don't want to live like this forever. How do you manage it? Do you get the resources that you have and say, you know what? No, we're not about to sit here and argue every single day. We're going to get it together. Or do you let life and say, well, whatever. We can't get it together. So I guess we'll just give up. Or I guess I'll just be miserable forever. What do you do? I'm going to tell you right now, that sounds miserable. Whether it be financially, romantically, physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. When life starts hitting you hard in those different directions, those different areas in life, you got to use some healthy coping skills to get it together. You got to hit life back. Oh, my mental health is at an all-time low. Oh, I'm just depressed and I don't know what to do. What do you mean you don't know what to do? Have you called your therapist? Have you reached out to a therapist? Have you seen your doctor? No. Oh, you just refuse to do anything about it. Now, granted, I'm a mental health professional, so I understand when depression hits at when you're in a depressive episode, how difficult it may be to reach out to people, how difficult it may be to utilize those resources. However, once you have been diagnosed with a disorder of depression, do you stay in therapy? Do you seek a psychiatrist? Do you go to your doctor? What do you do when you are told that, hey, you're suffering from depression? Do you just wait for it to go away? Do you ignore it? Do you act like it doesn't exist? You say, I don't know what to do. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, that ain't the answer. Seek help, find support, have somebody go with you. Google psychology today, find you a therapist in your area, ask a friend. There's so many things that you can do during that time to help you with what's going on. When your mental health is at a place where you're struggling, sitting there and doing nothing doesn't help. As a matter of fact, it may get worse. So that's when it's time to actually say, you know what? Life is life, and I'm realizing that my mental health is not where it needs to be. So I'm going to go ahead and do what I need to do to get what I need done. What about emotionally? What about physically? When you're just like, I don't feel good. I noticed that I'm gaining weight here and there, but them chocolate chip cookies are so good. Now, I use that as an example because have y'all been to Buc-ee's? I'm not from Texas, so I ain't know nothing about Buc-ee's. But now that I do, Lord have mercy on these chocolate chip cookies and these chocolate covered almonds from Bucky's. They can get a girl in trouble. They probably have been getting me in trouble. You start feeling some type of way physically, and yet you still eating candy. You still eating chocolate chip cookies. Go get a carrot. Go put you a meal plan together and get yourself together. Stop letting it progress and acting like it's not affecting you. It's affecting you. Do something about it. Oh, my knee hurt. Oh, I noticed that, my elbow been hurting a little bit. Go to the doctor. Make an appointment. Don't just sit there like holding your elbow like, well, life be life, and hit it back. Go to the doctor. Get the elbow looked at. And not just sit around like, well, life gonna do what it's gonna do. Life is always gonna do what it's gonna do. But what are you gonna do in the meantime? Are you gonna let it just kick your butt? You gonna let it beat you up? Or are you gonna fight back? Get up, get active, get it together. Life has a way of hitting us hard. And it seems like sometimes life just comes at us in times where we least expect it. And it's like, boom, man. Those are the times you're like, ooh, didn't see that coming. That one hurt. That's the time where it's like, well, I didn't have my guards up. I was just going through life and I didn't really expect to be knocked in my face. But you know what? I was built for this. I was made for this. Yeah, you got me. You hit me kind of hard. Let me go ahead and get an ice pack and put that on it. But I'm not going to give up. You're not going to be able to hit me like that again. And even if you do, I'm going to prepare myself. I'm going to get myself up. I'm going to get active. I'm going to get it together. I'm not going to just let you sucker punch me every which way. That's like financial, like I said. Okay, well, you keep a savings account for a reason, right? It's not to keep and have kept forever. It's because something, you want to keep it there in case something happens. So it's like, I remember the time when life lifed and I didn't have nothing saved and it got worse. But now I take into consideration that when life does get hard, let me make sure I have something saved so that I can take care of this business when it happens. You start preparing yourself differently. Let me make sure I got 3 months of rent saved up, because I remember the last time when they changed landlords and a new landlord came in, and after my lease was up, they were like, oh, well, we getting rid of all the old tenants because we about to get rid of this apartment and then I have a place to stay. So let me make sure I have rent saved because I don't want to be in that situation again. You start to prepare yourself a little differently when life lifes. You start to think about it. Oh, you know what? Let me put that umbrella in the car, because the last time I was out here in Texas, even though they said it was going to be 72 degrees, I was outside chilling and then it started raining out of nowhere and I got my nice hair wet. Now I got to go back and see my beautician because my flat iron press is now a hot mess. So you know what? I keep an umbrella in the car because Texas weather does what it wants to do. It weathers. You start to prepare yourself differently, right? You're not just waiting for life to smack you in the face. You're like, aha, I got something for you. I know that you're going to keep lifing, but guess what? I got some healthy coping skills in my back pocket. I'm not going to just be sitting here out in these streets with nothing. I know how to cope. Wait a minute. I'm starting to feel these depression symptoms. I'm starting to feel fatigue. I don't want to eat, or I'm overeating. I feel like I don't want to go out with my friends. People call me and I'm just declining it because I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm secluding myself. I'm isolating myself. I'm starting to have these thoughts where it's making me question life. I'm starting to really feel hopeless and worthless. I remember when I went to therapy, they taught me these things in the psychoeducation section. And they said, when you start feeling like this is the time I need to reach back out to my therapist and say, I think I need a little bit more help. Or they gave me a list of healthy coping skills to do in the times when I felt like this. This anxiety is starting to hit me in different ways. But you know what? I've been to therapy before. So I know that when anxiety hits me like this, I need to use some deep breathing. I need to use some grounding techniques. I need to call my support system and say, hey, I'm having real bad anxiety right now. I need you to help me. What do you do when life starts lifing? Don't just sit there. Don't just wait for it to go away. In the words of my mom and my daddy, hit his ass back. Because life gone life. It's time to get up, get active, and get it together. It's your girl, Miss G. And you know what time it is. It's G time. I'll see y'all later.